This is TJ Jones, the host of the State of the Saints podcast. And the State of the Saints podcast is brought to you by Manscaped.com. Over 2 million men worldwide choose Manscaped for all their below-the-waist needs. For those that loved the Lawnmower 3.0, well, I got news for you. The Manscaped engineering team has confirmed that they have successfully created the Lawnmower 4.0. The Lawnmower 4.0 gives you the ability to turn the 4000K LED spotlight on and off when needed for a more precise shave. The new trimmer even allows you to customize your trim all through additional guards lengths, sizes 1 through 4. And looks-wise, it's sleek with a two-tone matte and gloss finish, even features a hot foil stamp, black chrome Manscaped logo. Show your more off loud and proud. Go to manscaped.com, use the promo code STATEOFSAINTS, and you will save 20% off of the Lawnmower 4.0 as well as other Manscaped items. That's manscaped.com. Hey, what's going on, Who Dat Nation? It is yours truly, TJ Jones, the host of the State of the Saints podcast. Thank you so much for checking out the State of the Saints podcast, where we talk New Orleans Saints. And on this edition, we're going to be talking about quarterback Jameis Winston and expectations for 2022. This actually comes from an article that I wrote today on Who Dat Dish. It was an article about Jameis Winston and realistic expectations for him. So I put 3 things that I expect Jameis Winston to be able to achieve in 2022. And I also thought it would be a good idea to have a show like this. And because I wrote an article, I'm not going to tell you what I think. That's right. I'm not going to tell you what I think the expectations are. I'm going to allow you to read the article first, and you'll get my opinion on that. I thought it would be a great opportunity to open up the phone lines tonight, get people's opinions about Jameis' expectations for 2022. It's been a while, a couple of days since I actually opened up the phone line, so I'm going to open them up. Going to hear from the Who Dat Nation. Also going to be reading some of your comments for those that may not want to chime in via the phone line, but you still can comment in the chat as well. Thank you, and shouts out to everybody that's listening, can't be a part of the chat. And also thank you to everybody that checked out Saints Happy Hour. I was on there probably like 15 minutes ago upon making this podcast stream. I was on the show. Shouts out to those guys over there, Ralph and crew. You know what I'm saying? They do a really good job over there. And shouts out to them. That for them having me on the show. It was a great honor. That's a really good podcast, and those guys do a really good job. So shouts out to them. Had a really good time. Always good to see Ryan of Saints Twitter. We had him on the show not too long ago, him along with Adam. So good to have those guys, man. Good to talk with those guys and chop it up. And also I'm going to try to get them on the show as well. Shouts out to all the podcasts out there that's going live right now. Shouts out to them, and let's go ahead and get this thing started. I'm going to go ahead and put the link in there. It's not going to be a long show. Just want to get people's opinion about expectations for Jameis Winston in 2022. So I'll go ahead and read your comments for those that are in there right now. I just put the link down there in the comments for those that want to chime in. Tano says, boy, going live around my bedtime. Who that, baby? Hey, man, I ain't too far behind, man. I had a very long day. I told you all, like, I'm trying to, make this transition into this new position in the fall at the radio station. So really been taking up a lot of my time, and man, a lot of brain power being used doing that. So It's a good opportunity, of course, but it takes up a lot of time as well. TJ, seeing you in Twitter Spaces, man. Let's go Saints. Yeah, I was there, mask up. Once again on the Saints Happy Hour podcast. I was on there talking about the New Orleans Saints, and that was a great, privilege to be on, a Saints podcast, man. It's always great to go on some of those podcasts, man, and be able to chop it up with some of those guys. Chosen says, who that just left rallies on my late night snack run. Man, I used to love rallies, man. They used to have a Checkers around here, which is nothing but rallies. I used to love the fries. I mean, they sell the fries in stores, so I still get a little bit of that experience, but ain't nothing like a rally, spicy chicken sandwich and some of them fries. It's fresh out that grease. We're going to go to Quinn. Quinn, how you doing?
What's going on, brother?
It's been a while, man. I ain't hear from you for a while, man. How you been?
Man, I've been good. How you been?
Man, I've been fine, man. Just ready for some football, man. Football is slowly coming back, so I'm excited about that. But we talking about the expectations for Jameis Winston. What are your expectations for number 2 this season?
You know, to be honest, the way we look, man, it's not really about him right now. It's really about the team. We got so many pieces that it's everybody's fault. We really don't do nothing really.
Right.
We got everything we really need at this point, to be honest, in my opinion.
Well,
so you know what I'm saying? I think this the first time in a long time we had like a real full team, like all around, like everybody's like good. You get what I'm saying? Like nobody can say nothing about our defense. Nobody can say nothing about our offense. The only thing we need right now is, if anything, it's just a backup running back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just to hold it down for Kamara whenever he gets suspended. But other than that, I don't think we have a real problem. I think we good regardless. I think long as everybody do their part, man, we can go all the way. To be honest, which is not really about what Jameis do. It's about how we can help him. You get what I'm saying? Because that's what happened last year. It was more about, we were so worried about what Jameis can do that we wasn't helping him. You get what I'm saying? We ain't had no help. All we kept learning about is the expectations for him. Just let him do his thing. We gotta just trust the team. I feel like our team is just that good that we gonna rock out. You get what I'm saying? I think it's one of them years. I think it's gonna be one of the years that we never experienced. You get what I'm saying? As a Saints fan, regardless, I think we never gonna have this type of experience. Cause it's the first time we got all types of players, we got all types of names. Everybody's just different. You get what I'm saying? Everybody is something in the sense to where it's like we got a lot of people on our team, basically. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. To where they can hold it down. And I think as long as everybody have his back and we have his back, bro, gonna go crazy. Because half of the time it's about the crowd. You feel what I'm saying? Shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how that home crowd do to you. You probably you go out there and probably throw 500 if they make you feel good. You get what I'm saying? They give you that confidence.
Right.
Anything is really possible, because I just think that's just like the little inspiration videos and all this stuff we seeing from him. It's like, at the end, as long as you see Brody really just dedicated and trying, that's all I really care for. You get what I'm saying? That's what you really want from a quarterback, somebody who's dedicated and at least trying. Right. Because I feel like when we expect too much, that's when we get hurt. Especially that's like with the season, like where everybody I don't even try to pay attention to football until it start right now, just because I know how it get, man. We got all these people, we got all these names, this and that. And you know how it happened right when the first regular season game happened. Somebody didn't get hurt or something.
Right.
Something that, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Everybody getting their feelings for real. So I don't have expectations until I know game one come around. And that's when I'll be like, okay, now we can see where everybody really doing, because we are here. The person I'm looking for, I'm just looking for Thomas to come out there and do his thing. That's the one I'm looking for. So we already know James could do something, or probably would whatever he got going, but Thomas is the one we need to pay attention to. You get what I'm saying? Because I feel like he is the most important thing to this team right now.
Yeah.
Because he gonna give the team the most drive in this sense. You get what I'm saying? And then he gonna be the reason that everybody else become open and get more opportunity and go even more crazy. That's why I'm like, it's not more about James, it's more about the team this year, because we had so many people. We got Jarvis, we got Chris Olave, you still got Taysom, you got Juwan. You get what I'm saying? You got all
Right.
these people to where it's like we really need to worry about Thomas. If Thomas good, we groovy.
Yeah.
Cause he ain't gonna have no excuses. He can't say I ain't had nobody to throw it to. Everybody on his team everybody on that offense can literally catch. Everybody we got now, let me say, I don't wanna, you know how we did last year. I don't want to say all that, but the ones we got now can catch.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So I think we have an advantage, and I think what's starting to go on. What I wanted to always tell you is, I feel like what if the referees and everybody start changing now? What if the whole time it wasn't the Saints that didn't like? What if it was Sean the whole time? What if bro was like burning bridges and we not even knowing? Cause think about it, we the only team that never used to be with the media as much or show ourselves as much. You know what I'm saying? We do a lot of behind closed doors things. Like you'll never know nothing about the Saints until something. You get what I'm saying? It's like I feel like he probably did a lot of things behind closed doors in a sense to make people not like us.
So you think Sean Payton may be the deciding factor for the Saints to actually have success to get over that hump?
Yeah. It don't make no sense at this point. If you really look at the team and look how good we actually are and how we used to be, it's like you cannot say the team was never good. It was always something with the refs and this and that. It's like the only way people be like that, man, that's the coach, man. Coach out there doing something. You already know he had a hot head, but like you said the other show, bro he got a little ego problem, you know what I'm saying? You know, he do his little thing. Ain't nothing wrong with it, but it's like I feel like he probably did something to the point where people just stopped liking him. And I feel like they just put that on everybody else because that's how it goes.
Well, Quinn, let me ask you this. Let me be devil's advocate here. You know, do you think that possibly the reason why the Saints were in a position that they were in, look, if you want to believe that about the Sean Payton situation, I mean, who knows? But some of those games that they played in where they were like really close, would you agree that maybe the Saints put themselves in that position for the referees to be the deciding factor? Like, let's just look at it this way.
But it's based off. It's based off, like you said last time. It's the play calling too, though. The players can only do but follow the playbook most of the time.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's true. But if Sean Payton, I'm just looking at it this way. If Sean Payton really felt like that was indeed true, then why wouldn't he call the best plays possible in order for them to have a separation versus their opponent? Look, I'm not saying that he might not have something to do with that. I mean, we know about the Goodell shirt that he wore at the end of the NFC Championship game to talk to the press. You know, we know that, you know, he has a little bit of ego when it comes to the play calling. But I don't know if him changing up is going to be like, okay, man, now we can leave the Saints alone. I don't know, man. I guess we won't know until they actually get to that particular point. But Quinn, I feel like the one thing that was taken away from the Saints' success was their inability to create the kill shot. I've said this so many times. Like, you think about the magical runs, like, I hate the Falcons, but when, you know what I'm saying, when they played the NFC Championship game and they just destroyed the Green Bay Packers, or you look at Carolina, you know what I'm saying, back in 2015 in an NFC Championship versus the Cardinals, game wasn't even close. That's because they had guys like Ted Ginn Jr. Cam Newton can get this guy the football. They can go ahead and completely impose their will on the team early in games. You know, like they didn't have that because Drew Brees couldn't get the ball down the field. Now, if you make it to the playoffs, teams got to play you completely different. You can't be one dimensional. You can't just sit on routes because you know Drew Brees only can throw so far. You know, so now they gotta take into account that playbook that the Saints have.
I was just about to say that means that's just the playbook right there.
Right.
At the end of the day, because that's how, if you think about the Minnesota game when he supposed to happen, we stayed out, we supposed to kept going.
Exactly.
And you think like you really want to be honest about the whole situation.
Yep.
We had that. You know what I'm saying? We could have, man. What?
Yeah.
That's why we saying that. That's why I'm like, it's something that, like you said last time. I just think a lot of his ego did get away with a lot of situations. I think his ego did like come into play, but I ain't gonna say he ain't the greatest coach. You know what I'm saying? He was still our guy. He's still my guy. Just the fact that I know for facts that it's like it's just something about it where it's like, even now, it's like the media even starting to pay, they quote unquote talking about us even more, a little bit more now. If you think about it, they're starting to talk about us a little bit more.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? They trying to give us a little recognition now. Ooh, I'm gonna curse my bad, but you know, they almost, you know what I'm saying? They giving us some type of recognition right now, trying to, you know, put us out there in a sense. But it's like, I just feel like this year's gonna be one of the years that I feel like I said, I think we never gonna experience this type of year. Like, this is gonna be something new for all of us, because I feel like we gonna really see a different Saints, not just because of the new coach, but it's just everything is so new, but it's so, I don't want to say better, but it's more to this generation or something. That's what I should say. It's more current. It's more current. You know what I'm saying? It's not. We used to always have older players or older situations. Like this year, we actually got, it's all mixed. It's not just old, or it's not just not just vets or just rookies or woo. We actually got vets. We got rookies, and they both have their own situation where they both could bring something to the table.
Yeah. I like that. I like the mixture of the young and the old.
Mm-hmm.
You got leadership like in Cam Jordan, Demario Davis, Tyrann Mathieu as leaders in own right. Then you got the young leaders like the CD Deuce. You know, he was in that huddle, you know, doing the little Drew Brees roles. But I definitely agree with you on that one, Quinn. But Quinn, I got
let me tell you last one thing.
Yeah,
one last thing. The reason why this is gonna be an important year too, just because this is most a lot of people make it or break a year too. We have a lot of people on our team that's a make it break a year.
Yeah.
So just like you said, Jameis. You got Jameis. You know what I'm saying? We know Cam's still doing Cam, but we still got Cam. You know what I'm saying? He got to make it, break it. Right. You get what I'm saying? It's like a couple of people on our team that's a make it, break it as well. You know what I'm saying? Jarvis trying to get him a little contract.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? What his name? The Honey Badger. You know, he got to prove himself. You know, they've been talking about, you get what I'm saying? So I feel like that's why I'm like, this is a year that everybody's like there. Even coach got to prove himself, because he didn't have a good coaching when he was a coach by himself. You get what I'm saying? So I feel like this gonna be that for everybody. But yeah, that's all I gotta say though.
Man, I appreciate it, Quinn, man. Thank you so much for calling in, man. And feel free to do so anytime, bro.
All right, brother.
All right, take it easy. Yeah, man. I mean, Quinn made some good points. You know, he left some little things out there, some food for thought. You know, I mean, Sean Payton, we know that Sean Payton has an ego. We know that Sean Payton wants to do things his way. But I do feel like in some of those cases with the referees, I just think that the Saints have made games so nip and tuck in order to allow the referees to be involved in those games. I think that you can't talk about one without the other. Yes, it hurts. Yes, I am ticked off. And yes, I feel like there is an agenda when it comes to the referees and the Saints. But the Saints kind of make it easy because they allow these phone boot type battles, and they allow these referees to be able to be heavily involved in these games. And you shouldn't allow them to be the deciding factor, in a game. You should be able to impose your will, especially as good as the New Orleans Saints teams have been winning 10 plus games over the last 5 years consistently the way that they have. Joe Dog says, I just want Jameis to have one incredible season as a Saint. I would like, but he doesn't. Gotta be the man, aka quarterback for the next 20 years as a Saint. Well, look, I would respect or want Jameis Winston to be the quarterback of the foreseeable future. Look, I don't want a placeholder. I want a guy that I feel can come in and be productive. You know, I know that people have their reservations about Jameis. They don't really appreciate him. They don't think that he's very good. They don't think that he is the quarterback of the future. But as of right now, man, I don't have much of a choice. You don't have much of a choice. Look, the guy is the starting quarterback of your favorite team, the New Orleans Saints. So you have to hope that he does well. You got to hope that he succeeds. I mean, I don't want him to fail. And you shouldn't want him to fail either. You should want him to have the possibility or even to be the quarterback of the foreseeable future, because the way that he plays, that determines how well this team is going to be. I mean, the Saints have great players all across the board, but we know that it's going to come a time when a quarterback needs to make a play. Look, I mean, you think about this. The Rams had all that talent defensively with the Aaron Donalds, with the Jalen Ramsey, with the Leonard Floyds, had all the talent, but it came down to what Matthew Stafford can do. You know what I'm saying? Last minute pass to Cooper Kupp in the end zone for a touchdown. In that wild card game versus the divisional game versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It was, a late game pass down the field to Cooper Kupp. It takes a quarterback to make a play to win the game. I don't care how good your defense is. It's going to come a time where your quarterback is going to have to stand up and make a play. So he's going to have to do it. So hopefully he is the guy. We're going to go to Mr. Barnes. Mr. Barnes, how you doing?
Yeah, what's up, TJ? How you doing, my brother?
Man, I'm doing just fine. Thank you for being here. I know it's a little bit late, but thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. I know, man. It's around my bedtime, but when it's about my Saints, man, I can't go to sleep about it, man. You know what I'm saying? When it's about my Saints.
I hear you, man.
Anyways, man, I just feel like everybody panicking over, next year. I just feel like it's a lot of new things that's gonna happen, but I still feel like it's a lot of panic in the building. You know what I mean? And I understand that because the head coach is missing. Left with Sean Payton, and we got new offensive pieces. So I understand where the panic can come from. Right. But you just got to think about it, man. When Dennis Allen, he's a defensive coach, man. He's a defensive coach. A lot of defensive coaches went to the Super Bowl. That's what a lot of people don't know. A lot of defensive coaches went to the Super Bowl, man. Good point. You got to think of that. Yeah, I know with the Raiders, he had a real rough patch. I remember when I was watching him, man, I was rooting for him back then. You know what I mean? But man, that team was woke. Man, that team was treacherous, man. But, but Dennis Allen, man, he came back to the Saints, man, and he just flipped the switch, man, because man, Rod Ryan wasn't it, bro. He just wasn't it, man. You could tell a big difference from when Dennis Allen came and when Rod Ryan was here, man. It was just like he just knew the pieces to bring in. Rod Ryan, it always felt like he was bringing in an old veteran. You know what I mean? Like a veteran that had a lot of hope. Had a lot of high on his name, but really didn't prove it in his game. So I just feel like it's a lot of nervousness around, the team. I just feel like everybody's need to calm down. You know what I'm saying? Push the brakes. Okay. And stop listening to these analytics out here, man, that look like they $125 and they don't even play football, man. Like I can't even. It's hard for me to listen to these boys, man. These boys look like they're computer analysts, man. So it's just like it's hard for me to listen to these boys, man. But I like what these boys doing, man. Especially in the off season, man. I really like what these boys doing. I just feel like Drew Brees, he really wish he was here right now, man. But even though I agree. Yeah, I just feel like he looking at this team right now. And he just like, damn, man. I just wish I had an arm. I just wish I had something. Somebody give me an arm, but yeah, man. I just feel like this team next year might make some noise, man. And if we do go, and if we do have like a bad season, it just got to be with injuries, man. Because I just don't see us having a bad season, man. Especially with these key pieces we added in the off season. I really can't see it, man. Honestly. Yeah.
I like what the Saints did this offseason. It was very unconventional from years past, in my opinion. I agree with you. I think that this is going to be a really talented football team, and I just think that it's just a fear of the unknown. Like I on this show, and I think that a lot of seasoned Saints veterans like yourself and me, I think that a lot of these younger fans don't really have any recollection of the Saints outside of Drew Brees. They don't remember that. Like, you think about this, man. Drew Brees, 15 years, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I always say this. Yeah, if you was 10 when Drew Brees came, you 25. So you damn near 30. You know what I'm saying? Like, and if you 13 or 14, you are 30, so that's all they know. So Sean Payton, that's all they know. So when he leaves, it's like it's uncertain, because you look at when these other coaches leave and they bring somebody else in, they don't find that much success. But I do think that is different, because the Saints weren't a bad football team. Usually when coaches step down, it's because they got fired. You have opportunity. You have opportunity to be better than you were last year, because you still have the same coaching staff. Everybody knows Dennis Allen. He's been there about as long as any of those players probably been around. Dennis has been in the building. So know his personality, the way he rolls. and it's just he's taking on more of a head coach, role of a head coach. So I expect for them to have that level of success, man, because they were good last year. I mean, they were a game away and a Rams win away from making a playoff. So,
and it's so many games, man. There's so many games I can remember from last year. It's been like, man, if we would have just got this one, we'd have been in. Yeah. You know what I mean? So but I'm just tired of being like that. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like
I agree.
These last 4 years, 5 years has been like, if we would have just had this, if we would have just had that,
agree.
You know what I mean? I'm just ready to move on from that, man. For real.
Yeah, that definitely hurts, man, especially when you have all that talent and some of the games and winning 13 and 14 games and and all of a sudden like you're losing a playoff to a team that you're more, superior to. It does hurt, man. So hopefully they'll be able to get over this hump. Hopefully, the offense steps up, the defense takes another step forward, because when you have yourself a young inexperienced type offense, you need that defense to step up to be the catalyst of the team. It's the defense turn, man. This offense has been carrying this team for years. Now it's time for the defense to step up and carry this team. So that's what I'm looking forward to. But Mr. Barnes, thank you, man. Appreciate your time. Thank you for your comments. And call back anytime.
Yes, sir.
All right, take care. Right. Yeah, man. Look, it's time for the defense to step up. I mean, this offense has carried this team. When Drew Brees was the quarterback, all of these different guys that have came through couldn't do nothing, couldn't play. You know what I'm saying? Defense couldn't stop traffic with a stop sign, Swiss cheese type of defense. It's time for that defense to step up. So if that defense can be better or close to what they were last season, I think they'll be just fine. I'm going to read a few comments and then I'll get to Jerry. Mr. Pops 3000 says, TJ, would you be surprised if Mickey retired next year, considering how things have been trending? No, I don't. I don't see Mickey Loomis retiring. I don't think that that's going to happen. I think that Mickey Loomis is happy and satisfied with his role. I think that, honestly, I think that it probably is a little bit refreshing for Mickey Loomis. He probably won't admit that. And I'm pretty sure, when you have a guy like Sean Payton as your coach, it gives you job stability. It makes it even more stable. But I do think that when guys are used to being around a certain guy and you know what he's going to do and you know what you're going to do, you find yourself looking for a new challenge. Shouts out to my best friends, man. We was on a group chat and we were talking about that, man, about how, sometimes you can be doing the same thing for years and you know where the bodies are buried. You know what I'm saying? You know all the secret passageways and you want to find yourself looking for something new. So I think that Mickey Loomis is looking at this as a new challenge with Dennis Allen as the head coach and, a lot of unanswered questions when it comes to what this team is capable of doing, especially at the quarterback position, right? You used to Drew Brees always being around. Now you got Jameis Winston, a guy who some people consider a project and don't know exactly what he's going to do. Same thing once again with Dennis Allen. So I think that when you have new challenges, it kind of wakes something up in you and it makes you feel more alive again, because you feel like you not only do you have something to, live up to, and, you have expectations, not just, complacency. So I think that it was necessary. So, it was tough to see Sean Payton go because of all the success, but sometimes you need a change of scenery. I mean, you ever been at a job for a long time and you know what you're doing and you got to clock in right here and then you got the checklist over here and I mean, you basically know how to do your job backwards and forward. I mean, you find yourself being complacent and wanting to take on new challenges. So I expect that from Mickey Loomis. But we're going to go to Jerry. Jerry, how you doing, man?
What's going on, TJ Jones?
Man, how you doing, Jerry? Appreciate you for being here, man. Thank you so much.
No problem, man. I'm doing great. Man, it's been an action-packed Wednesday night on here on YouTube, man. I mean, New Orleans Saints wise,
yeah.
I mean, pretty much everybody went live tonight. I mean, we got Big Q not long ago wrapped up. The Nola Bros not long ago wrapped up. Hootie Jube on the Keeping It Real, Who That Sports podcast with Randolph Jackson and Coach Rock.
Yeah.
I mean, the WDN chat line. I mean, bro. I mean, it just. I'm just happy, dude. Everybody went live. I said, man, how am I gonna keep up with these guys? But we all speak. But like I said, we all speak the same language. I mean, right. I even gave you a shout out over there, man, because it said they did the same thing to you, TJ. So thank you,
man. And shouts out to those brothers, man. Appreciate that.
Yeah, man. But yeah, man, it's been a stacked night tonight, man. But we all speaking the same language. I mean, that's until said we all family around here, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, man. Shouts out to all those podcasters, man, making quality content that Saints fans can enjoy. Because like we mentioned this all the time, on on State of the Saints, man, we don't have enough content, and we have to have more in order for us to be able to counteract with the national media, who has really no knowledge of what Saints football is all about. So definitely necessary. But we were talking about Jameis Winston and the expectations of 2022. What are your thoughts on Jameis Winston, and what do you expect out of the quarterback this year?
Well, TJ, what I expect from TJ, from Jameis Winston this year is that he have a bounce back year, and if he stay healthy, they're talking about he might win comeback player of the year, because I mean, you look at last year, I mean, 5-2 until that scumbag of linebacker Devin White took him out of action, and it just went downhill. But I expect Jameis Winston to have a bounce back year, with this new look Saints offense. Right. I mean that's one of the expectations I'm looking at this year, TJ. I mean, I just want to see the brother just have a successful year, just like he did last year, even though it was short. But I want to have it long term.
Yeah. I look for Jameis Winston to have a good season. I'm not one of those people that, just want to see him fail. I just don't understand it. Like, I understand people have questions about him as a quarterback, but my thing about it is this. I know so many people like always trying to talk about 30 for 30. I can see if
enough of
that was his first season. If it was his first season, I'm like, the dude played 4 years before that. And I mentioned this, Jerry. I mentioned on Saints Happy Hour, and I also wrote about it. If you eliminate Jameis Winston's interception, the 30 interceptions, the first 4 years he was in the league, he averaged 14 interceptions. That's an average. You know what I'm saying? That's like the average quarterback. Like, we look at guys like Aaron Rodgers, right? And Aaron Rodgers, almost every year he throws single-digit interceptions. But you will talk about, that's what you need to have as a quarterback. Matthew Stafford threw 20 interceptions last year. I don't think anybody cares. You know why? Because he won a freaking Super Bowl. So it's just like people just holding on to that, and they're like, okay, he did this, therefore he's a terrible quarterback. Well, I don't feel that way, man. You got to put this thing into perspective. Guys have seasons where they turn the ball over, but he also had seasons, like, once again, that if you put those seasons together, he averaged 14 interceptions, which is basically an average quarterback's touchdown interception ratio. He averaged maybe like 26 or 27 touchdowns throughout his career. So I'm like, come on, man. That's average for a quarterback. And why people are still trying to hold on to that 30 interceptions, I have not a clue, because it's been 3 years.
Can I explain to you, TJ, why everybody keeps saying that? Because they all jealous. All of them. And that's why I say all the time when I come on here, I don't pay attention to what the media say. I don't care if they continue to dog us. And that's what I was telling on this new Saints channel that I'm looking at right now. Keep It Real, Who That Sports podcast with Randolph Jackson and Coach Rock and Teal and Hooded Jew. I told them this. I said, I don't care what the media say. And I say the same thing to you. I don't care what the media say. I don't care what Losing Hair Smith say. I don't care what I don't care what nobody say. But when we come on here and talk about New Orleans Saints, this is what we do. I don't care about what people say out there. Only thing I care about is what we, the Who That Nation, say on here. And that's why, and that's exactly what I explained to these other Saints channels. The same thing. I was telling you, we are all in this together. We are the ones that carry the load to help this team get better.
Yep.
That's what, and this is what we do, Who That Nation. This is what we do.
Yeah. I mean, you have some fans out there that just can't decipher that. And that's the sad part. They take like they think because these people have major platforms that their word is gospel, but their opinions are no different between me pressing, pressing the live button and telling how I feel about the team. It's no different. I mean, a check mark doesn't, make you certified. You know what I'm saying? It makes you verified, but it don't make you certified. You know what I'm saying? I don't mean you're certified. Don't mean you're certified. Sports. Your word is just gospel, and whatever you say is what it is. I mean, I don't know, man. You gotta be able to do your research, and if you really do, you'll see that some of the things that they say about them is more like just empty calories. It doesn't hold any weight. I mean, that's the thing. People always, go to that third interception like he played 1 year. And it's sad to see, but that's the way television is now. It's about entertainment. And they look at Jameis as low-hanging fruit. Isn't it? Yep. Low-hanging fruit.
You know what? And let me say this, like Jim Moore said when he was the Saints coach. You think you know, but you don't
know.
No.
And you never will.
No, never will.
You never will.
And that's facts.
Yeah. But Jared, man, thank you so much for being here, man. Thank you for your commentary, man. It's a pleasure to always have you here. Thank you so much for chiming in. Appreciate everything that you said, man. I know the Who That Nation appreciates you as well, man.
And I appreciate them a lot more, TJ. I mean, like I'm gonna tell you, like my pastor say, love is what love does.
Yeah, absolutely.
We all stick together as one. We the ones.
We the ones. Everybody else the twos. Ain't that right?
That's right. That is right.
Put them ones in the sky.
Put one in the chat.
Put
y'all put one in the chat.
Right. They're the twos, and we
the one.
All right, Jared,
and
man.
We like that.
Exactly. Jared, thank you so much, man. Appreciate you, man.
All right, TJ, you have yourself a good night. And shouts out to everybody. I love y'all. Ain't nothing y'all can do about it. And who that to you?
Man, who that, man? Shouts out to Jared. Take care, man.
All right, take care.
Yeah, man. Shouts out to Jared. Yeah, man. We the ones out here, man. We the ones. But before we go to the next caller, a guy with the greatest name of all time, Tim, we go read some of these comments from Barbara. Barbara says, hello, everyone. Jameis has a chip on his shoulder, like the Saints coach and many of the players. Yeah, that's true. You got a lot of guys with chip on his shoulder. I want to say Quinn mentioned that, which was a very good point. You have a lot of these guys that are on the coaching staff that are on the field. These guys have something to prove. And when you have guys with chips on their shoulders, and then you have guys that's dealing with their football immortalities, like the Mark Ingrams, like the Cam Jordan, like the Mario Davis, it makes guys want to go out there and really leave it all out there in order for them to have football prosperity. And by prosperity, I mean the Super Bowl championship. Mask Up Podcast says, I honestly feel Landry is going to have a really good season being behind. I have a good feeling about this season. Everyone, even Madden, doubting us. Saints taking it personally. Well, look, Madden don't know what the heck they talking about, and that's why I am an advocate for 2K Sports. Please, 2K, please find a way, a loophole or something in a contract to make a simulated NFL game, because Madden has been coasting for years. They have been recycling the same game for the last 4 years. They might put one juke move up in that thing, one incredible catch, you know what I'm saying, they probably didn't have last year. I mean, how many times are we going to see Alvin Kamara's signature celebration of him like pulling down the chin straps of his helmet, which don't come down, by the way? How many times are we going to see that? I mean, honestly, if you play Madden, like you hit the signature touchdown celebration, I have never seen Alvin Kamara celebrate where he just so aggressive, he just pulled down his chin straps. Have y'all seen that? Because I haven't. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I like the fact that when Michael Thomas catches the first down, he flexes the muscle. That's what he does. But it just, man, it's the same game, man. They've been making the same game. You know, they might let you jump. They let you jump in a crowd. Ooh. But if you have Madden 18, you got 19, 20, 21, and 22. All right. And most likely you're going to have 23 as well. So 2K, please. Everybody know 2K is the GOAT when it comes to the games, man. EA Sports has been coasting with these games for years because they're the only game in town. No pun intended. But we about to go to Tim, man. Tim, how you doing, man?
TJ?
Man, my boy been to the gym, man. That man, that guy. My man got that gym.
Watch that. Don't worry.
Hey man, I'm proud of you, man. Hey man, that man that clanging and banging. I like that, man. I like that, man. Shouts out to you, man. Yeah, Tim, man. But thank you, man. Thank you for being here. I didn't mean to put you on the spot, man. But hey, man, look, I appreciate you being here. What you got for us?
Good, bro. Just want to say what's up. First and foremost, the host of the State of the Saints podcast.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
How you been, brother?
Man, I've been fine, man. I've just been living life, man, enjoying it to the fullest. Man, how you been, man? Everything going out there, man, in Canada, man. How everything going?
Well, much better. We're finally getting summer here. It's only like summer for like weeks, and then as soon as August comes, it's back to winter. So and actually enjoy the weather for sure.
Yeah, man. Yeah, look. I enjoy it. Look, I enjoy this weather we've been having as of late, man. I'm weird, man. I like the rain. It's been raining for the last couple of weeks out here.
That's messed up.
So I enjoy rain. Nah, seriously, man, because it's been hot. It's been like almost 100 degrees almost every day for like a month and a half, and then finally we get some rain. So it's been, man, it's been pretty good, man. We've been getting some comments in the chat. They say you have to check your audio, man. So I guess.
Oh, is the audio messing up? Hold on. Let me unplug my mic because my headset, because sometimes my headset's always.
Okay.
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you just fine, man. Give Tim a thumbs up, man, if you can hear him in the chat.
Yes,
all
sir.
right, so yeah, I think you good, man. I can hear you just fine. But what you got for us, man? Jameis Winston expectations or anything else you want to talk about?
Yeah, no, for real. I was gonna type it up, but I was like, you know what? Let me just say it because I think this is going to be the most exciting year being a Saints fan, like most exciting season. Because first and foremost, like you said before, this is the first time we're not going to have Sean Payton or Drew Brees in literally 16 years. Yeah. There are Saints fans in the chat right now that have actually never experienced that. So I can imagine they're the ones that are like super scared, super trepidation. Like they really don't know what to look forward to.
Right.
But here's my defense. Dennis Allen is not taking over a rookie team. He's not taking over a bunch of new green, you know what I mean? Like wet behind the ear. Like these guys are all veterans.
Right.
These guys have been to the NFC Championship before. So regardless of what the case is, they are going to know what they're going. Like they're going to know what to do. Yep. And if anything, Dennis Allen being a defensive coach, a head-minded coach, I truly believe like that's the most important because we beat Tampa Bay 9-0. Like people keep forgetting we beat Tom Brady 9-0 with a horrible kicker. Like I really actually take that in. So now you have a better than average offense because obviously we still remains to be seen who can actually put points on the board. And you're bringing everybody back with the exception of Marcus Williams, with the exception of Malcolm Jenkins. You're bringing everybody else back plus Tyrann Mathieu and Marcus May. So like I truly don't feel any worry or any like I guess confusion because I'm like this is the same guys we've been watching playing for years.
Yeah,
and Dennis Allen's been here for years. So I'm like, what is there? Like we are literally only going up.
Yeah,
we were 9-8 on a handicapped team.
Yep,
we literally were in the playoffs with a handicapped team. So I mean, I just feel like we don't really need to even worry. Like if anything, we should be super excited because everything we're gonna see is what we haven't seen in who knows how many years, whether it's the deep passes, whether it's wide receivers running faster than my great-grandmother. You know what I mean? Like we're going to be seeing people actually, and not named Deontay Hardy. You know, we actually have people on the field. And like the moment we see Michael Thomas on the field, trust me, I'm telling you, even if he plays, like I remember Ross Jackson was saying, even if he plays like rookie Michael Thomas, like even if he plays that level, the stadium is going to light up.
Yeah.
And we don't need, record-setting Michael Thomas. All we really need is efficient Michael Thomas, and like game is done. So I just wanted to calm everybody down. You know what I mean? Enjoy these 3 months before we get into the season. And yeah, I say divisional round minimum with this team. If everybody stays healthy, obviously you still gotta pray. Yeah. I see my boy Jerry Porter has an APB out on Devin White. He will never let that go.
Call him a scumbag. tell him how you really feel, Jerry. But Tim,
what do you think? What do you think? Am I being too optimistic, or what do you think?
Nah, I don't think that you're being too optimistic. I mentioned this. I was on Saints Happy Hour earlier, and I said I look for Michael Thomas to probably be like year 2 Michael Thomas, Michael, where he was like really kind of coming into his own, you know what I'm saying? You knew that you had something there. And he doesn't have to be that 1,700-yard receiver. He doesn't have to have 149 catches. I mean, that was a year where we really needed him. He needed those 149 catches because who is you going to rely on? Traquan? What were you going to do?
Kevin White, bro. Kevin White.
Exactly. So what you're going to do? So I don't look for him to be that Michael Thomas, but I expect for him to be a contributor. I look for him to have a chip on his shoulder, and I think that he is hungry. And the thing about it is, man, you want a hungry Michael Thomas because Michael Thomas came into the league hungry. He was hungry, man, because you had like 5 or 6 wide receivers picked before him.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of people didn't expect for him to do anything. You had Brandon Cooks over there hating, you know what I'm saying? So you had a lot of things going for you, you know what I'm saying, in order for you to try to rise to the occasion. So you have NFL circles who feel like, man, these younger guys, the CD Lambs, the Jamar Chases, the Justin Jeffersons have surpassed him. You know what I'm saying? He's not even on the list. So he has a huge chip on his shoulder once again to prove that he belongs among the elites in the National Football League, and I like it. If it was like one of them cases like I seen with the Madden rating with Christian McCaffrey, where you can miss 2 years and still have a
90. Oh my God!
Are you freaking kidding me, man? But if it was something like that, then I'd be like, okay, man, they still giving him his flowers, but they have completely like kind of washed him out, and put him into the pit of. You know what I'm saying? Like
absolutely.
So
throw him in the trash can.
Exactly. So I mean, he sees that. I know I retweet everything that has him out of the top 10. And if you follow Michael Thomas, he looks at them analytics, man, because he retweets them during the year. So he sees that, and it's gonna make that chip even bigger. But Tim, you got anything else before you go, man?
No, absolutely right. I just wanted to say that, and like I've literally been keeping receipts on every sports analyst, every social media pundit who remember when they said, "Oh, the Saints need to trade Michael Thomas. Potential suitors for Michael Thomas. Michael Thomas doesn't look happy with that." I'm literally keeping all the receipts for when this guy comes out, when they have that Roy Jones Jr. playing. Y'all must have forgot in the arena where the guy catches his first touchdown. Oh, and flexes on the entire world. Because it's always the Saints against the world. That's how it is. That's how it's going to be all the way to the Super Bowl, baby. Let's go.
Man. Yeah, man. Look, I'm gonna pretend like you flex for Michael Thomas and not for yourself. But man, Tim, thank you so much, man, for being here. Appreciate it, man.
TJ, always a blast, my guy. Tim.
Hey, man, yes, sir. Hey, man, call back anytime, man.
Yes, sir, brother. Thanks again.
All right, take it easy. Hey, man, shouts out to my guy, Tim, man. It's always a blast to have him, man. He's out there in Canada, man, all the way in Canada, man, representing the Who Dat Nation, long and strong in a great white north, man. So shouts out to that brother. Read a few comments, then we'll get to Chosen. All right, Chosen will be with you in just a second. Let me read a few of these comments. We don't want to neglect everybody. We see the ones in the chat because of Jerry. They acknowledge Jerry. Some of y'all wrestling fans gonna know what I did there. And Mike T running around the damn field flexing. Yeah, man, it's the same thing. It's the same. I'm like, man, change it up a little bit or something. Like, one thing, when I used to play 2K, like, why can't you like create your own celebration? Like, you if you play FIFA, because I do, You know what I'm saying? Like in FIFA, like if you create a character or you can edit a character, you can give them like celebrations when they score. Why is it that it's the same vanilla plays and then you got the solidarity, right? The creative players are the only ones that can get the solidarity, right? So, they take the helmet, put the fist in the air, you know what I'm saying? Kaepernick style, they'll take a knee. Like, come on, man. Like, why? Like, I understand y'all the only game in town, right? You know what I'm saying? Y'all the only plug, you know what I'm saying? So it don't matter if the drugs are stepped on, you know what I'm saying? Like, it don't matter, right? It don't matter if they didn't stepped on it 20, 30 times. You know what I'm saying? People gonna flock to you because you're the only game in town. I get it, you the plug. But at the same time, like, come on, man. At least if you are the only game in town, at least give us quality product. They not even giving us quality product, which I have a huge problem with. Because I feel like I'm being used because they know no matter what, y'all want a simulated NFL game. So this is what we gonna do. If you don't want it, then guess what? You're not gonna play football. So screw you. I don't like that. Let's try to make things better, make the playing experience better for people that spend their hard-earned money to play Madden. Please keep underestimating us. This comes from Pammy. I love it because they don't see these butt whoopings coming. Look. Let them underestimate. I ain't got no problem with that. I have no problem with them underestimating the Saints. Let them do it. Keep on underestimating them and watch they make them look absolutely ridiculous. Stroll back up a little bit. Teacher says going to make a statement on Falcons, the first game. They're beating them 41-13. Media going to take notice. I think they still not going to take notice, to be honest with you. If the Cowboys did it, then they probably will do it. Let's see. Drop some likes on the video. Yeah, man. Look, if you are watching right now and you're enjoying the content, you're enjoying the guest and the callers bringing the fire, please hit that like button. We're gonna go to Chosen. Chosen, how you doing, man? I know you just doing that because God of the creation is here, but I know this man ain't sleep. Chosen, are you sleep? Man, that man went to sleep. That man pull a God of creation, man. God of creation, I'm sorry, man. I know you him. That man, he just got in the chat. He was like, man, that rallies. I was eating that rallies, man. That man, that big beautiful put that boy to sleep. That man eat that big beautiful. We gonna move on to D-Man. D-Man, how you doing, man? Thank you for being here. How you doing?
Not much, bro. How are you, TJ?
Man, I'm doing fine, man. I'm just laughing, man. This man that went to sleep, man.
Yeah,
you gotta
it was
be
pretty
ready.
funny, though.
Yeah, you gotta be ready, man. You gotta be ready. But D-Man, what you got for us, man?
Well, first of all, about this whole Jameis Winston thing, like we understand though, it's gonna take a while to find a quarterback because when Drew Brees retired, hopefully we find a real quarterback, and I hope it's Jameis Winston. Because looking at the Bills when Jim Kelly was there, they got Josh Allen. The Dolphins, like who's gonna replace Dan Marino, or the Colts? We thought Andrew Luck was gonna be Peyton Manning's replacement, but he retired due to an injury, and I hope we find the franchise quarterback.
Yeah.
And, sorry, go ahead.
Nah, go ahead. Now you finish your point.
Also, with the Jameis Winston, I just hope we got a better defense because we don't have no good defense with prime Drew Brees there.
Yeah. Look, I look at the Saints defense. If they had the defense like they had last year with Drew Brees in his prime, you win the Super Bowl. I mean, there's no doubt about it. I think that Jameis has an opportunity to do something special with this defense. And I'm really excited to see that, Dalton. Really, I'm really excited to see what he can do with this defense and if this defense can take a step forward.
Right, and also I'm glad we got like a defensive mind coach, Dennis Allen.
Right.
Because I'm a defense guy, and I was looking for a defense guy once Sean Payton stepped down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And also, let's not forget when he was with the Raiders.
Yeah.
Khalil Mack, he had no defense till Khalil Mack was the rookie. And while Khalil Mack was the rookie, he was fired during the season.
Yep. I mean, look, he walked into a train wreck. I got to give him that. He walked into a train wreck. The Raiders weren't a very good football team. He inherited it. You know, I think that it was just the fact that he had opportunity to coach. It just wasn't the best opportunity. And the Raiders, it's hard to win there. They haven't won very much, lately. So, they went to the playoffs last year, but it was the first time they actually did that in quite some time. So, man, it was a train wreck, and I expect for him to be better because he has better talent around.
I agree, and our defense don't have no excuse this year.
Yeah. I got this list right here, man. It's funny you bring this up. Somebody put this on here. This is when look at this defense right here, man. This is what Drew Brees had to deal with here. Paul Kruger, Tyler Davidson, Nick Fairley, who would have been pretty good if he didn't have that heart issue. Cam Jordan, a beast. Nell Ellaby was good, but always hurt. James Laurinaitis, couldn't cover with a bed sheet. Nate Stupar, same thing. Kid Crawley, his rookie season, I completely forgot he was actually out there. Devontae Harris, this man was smoked turkey. You know what I'm saying? He was Jason David 2.0. Kenny Vaccaro's rookie season, it was probably his best season as a Saint. And Jairus Byrd stole money from day one. So that was what Drew Brees had. And now you look at the defense that they have today and what these guys can bring to the table. You got to be excited, Dalton. You got to be excited about what this team can be. And I know I am, man. I'm fired up to see what this team can do if they put it all together.
Well, I'm definitely looking for this defense, though. I'm excited to see the defense.
Yeah, man. Also, let me ask you this before you go. The expectations for Jameis Winston, like looking at Jameis, I'm pretty sure you're watching the videos, you're seeing all the things that he's doing, trying to get himself back to health, and also just some of the little things he work on to try to touch up his game. What are your expectations for Jameis this season?
I gotta say, it's like hopefully he'll bounce back and stay healthy. Right. And people need to say like, "Oh, he threw 30 for 30." Okay, that was a couple years ago. They just need to move on, let it get the past. We're on a new year.
Please move on. Honestly, yeah, I agree. Please move on. That song is getting a little bit old for me, Dalton. But you got anything else for us, man, before you go?
Well, before I go, I know we have a good chance to beat the Falcons week 1.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta say it's awesome week 1, and I'm saying this because I love the Bills and I like Josh Allen. I hope and pray that the Bills beat the sorry Rams.
Look, I agree with that. I'm definitely not a Rams fan. I like the Buffalo Bills. I like Josh Allen. I think that he's the future of the NFL, and I like what the Bills are creating over there. And I also like that we only have to play them every 4 years instead of every other year. But Dalton, thank you so much for your comments. Call back anytime, man. Appreciate always bringing the knowledge every time you call in, man. I appreciate that.
And no problem. Before I get off, I just want to say, hopefully everyone, please stay cool. I know summer is not a joke. Hot weather is not really a joke. Yeah. I'm in Texas. I'm trying to stay cool. The heat is not very fun. That's why I'm inside my house.
Yeah. What part of Texas are you in, Dalton?
Oh, Leonard, Texas, like near to Dallas.
Okay. Yeah, I know what that is, man. I stayed in Dallas for I want to say 5 years. I stayed in the Addison area, and I also stayed in Carrollton. So, yeah, I'm familiar with that area, man.
Yeah, it's like an hour and a half to Dallas. It depends on the traffic,
Yeah. Yeah, man. That's a good point, man. I've actually been there a few times, man. So, yeah, shouts out to you, man. And, stay cool, man. Make sure that you're doing the right thing, staying hydrated, and also, man, just not getting too hot, man. But call back anytime.
All right, thank you, sir. I'm glad to talk to you.
All right, man. Take it easy. Yeah.
All right, you too, bro.
Yeah. Man, shouts out to Dalton, man. It is hot. Like, man, if you live in Dallas or in Texas, man, it get hot out there. That heat ain't no joke. I'm talking 105. I can remember being on 35, Interstate 35, man, sitting in stop-go traffic, 105-degree heat. You got that air conditioner on full blast, and it still feel like Satan up in your cup. For real, it ain't no joke, man. But I must say, man, I love Texas. I love staying in Texas, man. I love staying in Texas. It was a great experience. I was young at the time. I was right out of college. And if you're young person, like staying in Dallas, man, they got so much stuff that you can get into, positive and negative. So if you just so happen to move to Dallas and you're young and you're fresh out of college and you got the world on the string, make responsible decisions. There's a saying in Dallas, they say, come on vacation, leave on probation. They not lying. Jacoby, remember when they got for Gruden, and that was a long time ago. Yeah, talking about the first round picks. Also at the acknowledge Saint 1984, becoming a YouTube member. Thank you so much, man. Shouts out to all the YouTube members, all those that invest in the State of the Saints podcast. Whether you're a member or you donate through Super Chats, thank you so much for making this show happen and also contributing to the show. It means a lot to me, no doubt about it. We're gonna go to God of Creation. Hopefully he hasn't had the same big buffer as Chosen and fallen asleep. But God of Creation, how you doing, man? Hey, man, look, God of Creation, I am going to forever. Like, you have given us one of the greatest moments in State of the Saints podcast history. So I'm gonna give you your flowers while you're here, man. But thank you, man. It's been a while since you've been here, man. What you been up to?
Nothing much, just I've been around, what I'm saying. I be letting, saying I'm just lurking in the shadows, like on some Batman stuff, just watching, out, just getting information, enjoying just talking about football, because it's about that time. Training camp coming, I've just been lurking.
Yeah, man. It's good, man, to kind of, get away and also to be able to look at some of the things that's going on, man, and getting yourself prepared for the season. But we are talking about the 2022 season, and we're focusing on. I see those and they made his way back. I'm laughing. But y'all, you can call back in, and I'll take Chosen and Hood Jube after this, man. Then we're gonna wrap it up at the God of Creation. But yeah, man, the 2022 season, and we've been talking about that. We're talking about Jameis Winston, man. What are your expectations for the team and Jameis Winston as the quarterback of the Saints?
My expectations, are pretty high. Coming off of a 9-8 season with the most injuries, and probably it felt like sports history. A season like that, I feel like,
right,
just with what we got, like the talent that we have is just so exponentially larger than what we had last season. And if we can have a winning season, which people don't give us credit for, but they will sure do that with Steelers. If we were the Steelers, we would be getting all types of love. You know what I'm saying?
True.
Because true. Yeah, they went through some stuff. I mean, wasn't there at the beginning of the season? It was what was it? Ida? Was her?
Yeah.
Was it Ida at the big?
Yeah, there was hurricane.
They went through that, and then after that, they had to go through injury. So it was like, with that, man, I think our season, I can see us, being a big threat. Obviously, a Saints fan. Of course, I'm gonna say that, but it's like if you just, you know what I'm saying? Because people will say, "Oh man, who's y'all's QB?" That's cool and all. Y'all defense is cool and all, but who's y'all QB? And I'm just like, it just kind of get tiring. So I just don't even be tripping on that. I'm like, man, he'll prove it. You know what I'm saying? I don't gotta talk for him. He was proving it last season, and then lucky for all the haters, he got hurt. So now they can be like, oh well, he ain't do nothing. It was like, okay, man. Yeah, he ain't doing nothing, right?
They'll take it any way they can get it.
Right, for real. I feel like we can be a top 5 offense and defense. You know what I'm saying? We, say we, may end up becoming short, maybe be higher, but I just feel like our unit with, MT, that bad, man. Everybody knows how much I love MT, man. Just outstanding receiver, even though people for some reason think he's like not even in the discussion of being a top 10 now. Obviously he got hurt, critics is gonna say what they say, but you know, just our offensive power and just having a defense like that. I feel like a lot of times when we had Drew Brees, if we had a good offense, we would have a terrible defense. And then when we had a good defense, we had a terrible offense.
Yeah.
So now that we got now we couldn't have both. It's like, dang, man, this is now that we got both. I feel like if people were struggling to beat a Saints team that had Taysom Hill and Callaway as your starting quarterback and wide receiver, you know, this is dangerous time, man. Yeah. One question I want to ask you is, I know you have high hopes and stuff. Where would you, as a Saints fan, where would you say we can look at like an average for our team? Not, you know, not trying to be too high, not trying to just completely think we're going to be the worst team in the league like some people think, but where would you say is a good measuring stick to enter the season, you know, before they take off?
Are you talking about like as far as like where I expect the talent to be at when the season starts?
Yeah, I just mean it's like what like how well do you think our team is gonna be? Like, yeah, this like talent wise, or you know, all that stuff. Like, how do you think the defense is gonna be good enough to beat these teams like the Bucks and Bills? And you know, do you think we're good enough to be a top 10 team, a top 5 team?
Well, if you look at the talent across the board, they should be. You know, I mean, I expect for Saints fans to be excited. You should be excited because we haven't seen anything like we've seen this alt season. You know, when we have like guys that we recognize and know that are capable of making plays instead of guys that have the possibility of making plays. I mean, it makes you feel more confident. I expect for this team to play hard. I expect for this team to win some of the games that the national media don't think they're going to win. If you look at the Saints across the board, when they were healthy, they beaten some of the best teams in the league. I mean, you look at the Baltimore Ravens, they beat them. I'm talking about when they were healthy. You're talking about the Buccaneers. I mean, they beat them 4 times in the regular season with Tom Brady, right? So they beat the Green Bay Packers. They blew them out in week 1. So it's not like the New Orleans Saints are destitute. You know, like they're a really good football team. And I expect for them to be able to build off what they had last season defensively and be able to take steps forward and be high-powered as an offense. Now, this all depends on them winning a battle of attrition, staying healthy, and being able to have your core guys available throughout the season. Injuries are going to happen. Some guys are going to miss some games, some familiar faces. But if they can continue to weather the storm and not have any significant injuries that's going to cause guys to miss the season like Jameis, I mean, you lose your starting quarterback, that's tough. All right, so I expect for them to be, be there in the end and being among some of those playoff teams. Now, I won't give you a record because I want to do a podcast on it, but I'm definitely feel like the Saints are going to be a really good football team.
Go ahead,
man.
Can I get one more out of you? With that being in mind, what do you think, besides obvious things like Jameis not performing well, which I don't think that's a thing, or you know, Dennis Allen not performing well, which I don't think that's going to be a thing, because I feel like they might enter just with Carmichael calling plays, and we've seen how good he is with that, and him and Dennis Allen's good at, you know, calling defensive plays. What do you think can set the Saints back?
If everybody don't buy in, you know, they had a lot of talent like back in the days, like when you had like Junior Gillette, you had Akeem Hicks, like they had talent back then, but the locker room was divided. You had a lot of guys that were a bunch of me guys instead of we guys. If the Saints can stay focused on the task at hand, and which I think they can, because I don't think you can find better leaders at every level defensively. And then you also add Jameis Winston, what he brings to the table. I don't think you can find better leaders than what the Saints have. Cam Jordan, been here. You know, Demario Davis. I mean, not only a leader on the field, but off the field, him and Cam. And then you got Tyrann Mathieu, who has come a long way as far as like coming into the league and taking on a leadership role in his own right. And then you have Jameis growing up, you know what I'm saying, like learning from the mistakes he made in his youth to become the player that he's trying to be right now and lead this team. So as long as these guys can stay focused and not get that David Ruffin syndrome, where it's all about them and nothing else matters, and I need my stats and I need my touchdowns, then you should be fine. Like you should be fine. I don't see anything happening besides the battle of attrition that will cause the Saints to not be a playoff team. I'm just being serious, man. I mean, it's not being a homer.
Right. Yeah, I think the same thing. I think it's realistic. Like, that's why I try to be like, I try to look at it objectively, because you want to balance out, just be like, oh my God, we got everything, so we're gonna be the best. You know what I'm saying? It's like, because I'll admit it, TJ. I still think like that. I'm still gonna go into the season feeling like we shouldn't be scared of anyone. The Bills, we shouldn't. There is nothing that this team hasn't shown me that we can't beat the best teams.
Yeah.
But for some reason, we still can't get our flowers. You feel me?
Well, look, I'm at the point in GOC, you should be too, man.
Right.
Don't look at it with the media. Don't look for validation from them. Like something you ever like, okay, man. You know, like some people always got something to say. But at the end of the day, what matters to me, I'm just gonna say from my standpoint, is what my wife thinks about me and my son and my family. You know what I'm saying? Because those are the people that really know me. Those are the people that's been there with me. Who that nation? I'm saying it to everybody. We've been here with the team. Like we are emotionally invested in this team. National media, they are not. They don't care anything about the Saints because it doesn't move the needle in a realm of ratings in their eyes, right? That's why they consistently talk about teams that haven't won anything since Ulysses S. Grant was leading the North in the Civil War. You know what I'm saying? They still up here talking about the Cowboys and you know what I'm saying? And all these old teams, right? And all these teams from yesteryear. Like, let them talk. What I'm concerned about is what this team can bring to the table, being able to get over that playoff hump and taking the talent that they have right now and being able to have a possibility, a chance at a Lombardi trophy. I don't care. Stephen A. Smith, don't move me. Skip Bayless, don't move me. I like Shannon Sharp as a personality, but that don't move me, man. What moves me is what I see on Sunday from my favorite team since I have been alive, the New Orleans Saints, and that's what the main focus should be. Bump what they talking about. It's about what we think about them as fans, because we understand this team, we're invested, and that's the opinions that's really important, not the opinions of the national media.
I agree with you. Like, I feel like a lot of people have been looking at that, and me personally, it's not like I care so much. It's just more like when you do great things, you just want to be, you just want to be like, hey, man, that's solid. That's a solid team. That's a solid person. But it seems like it's just like we can never get it, and I'm just like, I guess we just gotta go out there and just prove it, man.
Yeah.
I feel like a key factor for us, and a key factor for us is just having, like you said, having that camaraderie, which I think we got. I think everybody is bought in. I think we just need to focus on us and just do what we got to do come, game time, and just execute.
Yeah, absolutely, man. If they do that, they should be fine. But God of Creation, man, thank you so much, man. Thank you for your comments. I appreciate that.
Yeah, appreciate you, man. Thank you.
All right, no problem. Look, man, I understand. It's human nature. What God of Creation was talking about, I mean, it's human nature. Like when you put everything that you have, if you're an artist, you're putting everything that you have on a canvas. If you are a rapper, you know what I'm saying? You put everything that you have into your lyrics. If you're doing your job and you're giving everything that you have, every day you come in, you know what I'm saying, on time, you give 110%. You look for that pat on the back. You look for that good job. Man, that you know what I'm saying, them bars that you spitting was dope. Or, you know what I'm saying, like it feels like your masterpiece is just coming right at me as far as with the painting. Like I understand that, but sometimes you gotta encourage yourself. You gotta encourage yourself, and by encouraging yourself, I mean by looking for the people that can really appreciate you, that know exactly who you are and appreciate your existence. I think we go wrong with trying to get the approval of people that will never give it to us. People are haters. Straight up. People are just straight up 100% haters. They are going to hate on you no matter how great you are. You know what I'm saying? Like you look at, you know what I'm saying, like podcasts like, you know what I'm saying, like the State of the Saint. Man, he don't know what he's talking about. You see Hoodie Jube up here growing, you know what I'm saying, as a podcaster. Man, he don't know what he's talking about. It's always going to be some haters somewhere far and wide trying to hate because they're not satisfied with what they got going on, or they just don't know what the hell they're talking about. I just say forget about them and move on. If you're comfortable in your skin, you know the New Orleans Saints, the changes that they made. You see Jameis Winston trying to put step forward to try to rehab that ACL injury and work on the little things. And you see some of these guys who they praised when it was out there on free agency, and it was supposed to be like the California gold rush when it was out there. And then all of a sudden they minimize them just because they decided to sign with the Saints, a la Tyrann Mathieu. You can see it with your own eyes. So you know, no matter what the Saints do, they are not going to give the Saints validation. So why are we still looking for it? What I care about is what Barbara thinks about the Saints because she loves them. Pammy, what she thinks about the Saints because she loves them. Jerry, Tramal, you know what I'm saying? Be kind, and all the people that make this show what it is and follow this team, and people like Hoodie Jube, that is what it's all about, man. Who cares what they think? Because at the end of the day, they don't know what the hell they're talking about. But speaking of Hoodie Jube, we're going to go to Hoodie. Hoodie, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Man, I'm doing just fine, man. Thank you for being here. I know you've been busy, man. I heard that you were on a podcast earlier, and you're also creating content in your own right. But thank you for being here, man. Thank you so much.
No problem, man. Thank you for letting me come on. And like you and Big Q and, B&G Breakdown did for me, basically sharing the love, letting me come on their podcast. Basically, sharing my name out there to help me grow. And that's what I'm trying to do for everybody else that start their show. Even if they're not a Saints podcast, I've talked to other people. Yeah. They call the retired athletes, man. They a Bucks fan, Packers fan, 49ers, and Steelers doing it all together. So, I mean, you just got to show the love.
Yep. You got to, man. That's how everybody grows. And there's content, you know what I'm saying? And there's content for everybody. And there's information for everybody that we all can share and appreciate each other's space. So, man, I appreciate you for even, clicking on and even, you know what I'm saying, like watching the show and also being here once again, man. So, I don't know if you caught what we're talking about, but we're talking about expectation for Jameis Winston. It kind of trickled off into what the expectations are for the Saints. But I'll allow you to kind of go in any direction you feel, free to do so. What are your thoughts on the New Orleans Saints or the topic of tonight?
Well, before I get to that topic, I do want to tell you I do apologize about your boy Chosen falling asleep on your show.
I'm about to get him. He waiting right now.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. That he fell asleep. That's my fault. I put an audition out there for anybody that wants to attend the Hoodie Jube commercial when I do come out with one, because usually my show lasts about 7 hours. People do fall asleep all the time, so it's normal on the show. So I think it was auditioning for the show. So I'm sorry. I apologize.
I think look, he said earlier in the show in the comments that he went to rally. So I'm blaming it on the big Buford. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, I heard your content, you know what I'm saying? It stays consistent, it's electrifying, and you know what I'm saying, it keeps people alert. So I'm gonna blame it on that big Buford that he ate, man. That you gotta stay away from them number ones, man. Them number ones get you every time. Catch that itis and make you fall asleep.
You don't know how many people, man. Listen. If you ever just go look at all my podcasts and just let them roll through, you're gonna see at least 5 to 10 different people that fell asleep on the show. Literally, like the guys that I was on tonight, keeping it real. Who that Saints podcast? His name is Dolph 17, but his real name they call him Randolph. Really? Randolph Jackson. He's usually in your chat a lot. He fell asleep on my show before when we were all talking, had a camera on and everything. And next thing you know, we just talking. We hear. I'm like, I said, y'all be quiet. I hear something. And I said, everybody mute y'all mic. Whoever's on and talking right now, mute it. And all we can hear is Randolph. Next thing you know, in the middle of us talking about a conversation, he gets up, leaves his, turns his phone off and turns his TV off. I felt bad for my man. Like I said, people fall asleep on my show. People went to sleep, wake up, and come back, and I'm still on. I mean, that's how it is over here. We got to grind.
Oh man, your boys undefeated in the chat, man. Undefeated. Undefeated.
And that's what you gotta love about our Who Dat Nation, man. Everybody be keeping it rolling in the chat. You know, even if we don't have nothing to talk about, they can keep it rolling in the chat for
man. That's the best thing about it, man. That's what I enjoy most about doing these podcasts. I mean, and then also, man, you don't know what direction the show gonna go in. I mean, I mentioned this on Twitter. I mean, we started off talking about the rookies reporting on last episode and ended up talking about the hot spot. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, best po boys.
Yep, I was there.
Man, so it's crazy, man, how shows can take on a life of its own, man. But I definitely enjoy it, man, no doubt.
Definitely. So, I mean, I guess to answer your question about, you know, I mean, everybody should know what I'm about to damn say about Jameis Winston if you follow me. I'm a big, huge Jameis Winston supporter.
Right.
Seeing him with the way he was treated coming out of high school, getting hate because he didn't choose Alabama because that's where he's from. He went to damn Florida State, got the hate from his own family and friends.
Yeah.
You're dealing with all that, but the way he held it down and then went 25-1 there, won a national title, won the Heisman, got drafted #1 overall to the worst organization you can ever go to at the time, and helped build that team to almost a championship team where he just needed a few more pieces around. You just needed that right tackle Worth, and add another good lineman in there. All you had to do was bring a guy like Grind, bring a dude like AB, bring a dude like Leonard Fournette for a running game. You have to just do all that. And also, you just have to change up your offense a little bit. Coach Bruce Arians stopped passing it all damn day. And I think they could have had a good chance of winning it with Jameis. But, hey, he's with us now in a better system. And I felt like last year he was doing great with what he had with, I ain't going to hate on my boy Callaway because I love him. But like I said, he's on your number 4, number 5 now. So look what he was working with last year.
Yeah.
And to throw 14 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Now you basically the only person you're really gonna be missing is Armstead, but who knows if we're really gonna miss him because the last few years he was playing maybe 8 games at the most per year.
Yep.
So he was basically missed anyway. And I was on Keeping It Real's podcast earlier, and I was telling them if Penning, is not ready for the beginning. If he's wants to have to be like a red shirt, because he's not fully ready. Right. I would not be shocked to see if they really move Ramczyk to the left side where he came from and put Landon Young in that right tackle spot. Because he did great last year with a freaking broken foot playing outstanding. So I would not be shocked because people can't forget about Landon Young.
Yep. I know I mentioned him quite a bit on here, man, as far as alternative. I just think that, people don't really know that much about him. But, I mean, he graded really high in that game he played with against the Panthers before he ended up getting injured. So I like him a lot, man. I used to watch him at Kentucky. I always thought I think that he's a really good player.
Definitely. So, like I said, I wouldn't be shocked that happened. And then I told everybody on that show, too, I wouldn't be shocked if Ruiz didn't step up this year and you would see maybe a dude like Landon Young, moving into that spot or Forrest Lamp, somebody just kind of taking over.
Right.
But, I mean, that's the only person you're really missing from the offense this year is Armstead, which I think I know it's hard to say. It's hard to replace an all-pro guy, a pro bowler. Yeah. But at the same time, I think it is easy to replace somebody that's not there all the time either, that's only playing 8 games a year. Yeah. So I think we definitely can replace that. And then, like I said, you get Michael Thomas back. Yeah, the Jarvis Landry, bringing a guy in like Chris Olave. You still got Deontay Hardy. I mean, how are you going to stop this? Because, I mean, I'm just laughing because I'm thinking of what my people said on my podcast before when I was like, let's get Jarvis Landry. Nah, man, we don't need him. He's literally a mini Michael Thomas. Okay. and I literally asked him this question. What is Michael Thomas' nickname? Can't guard Mike. Okay, well, if he's a mini Michael Thomas, then you can't guard Landry on the other side. Then how the hell are you stopping this, first of all?
Yeah.
And then you bring in Deontay Hardy and so deep.
Yeah.
So, I don't know how you're going to stop it.
Yeah, I mean, look, that's a good point. I mean, look, I was one of those people. I kind of fell in that same category too, because I kind of felt like Michael Thomas and Jarvis Landry was cut from the same cloth. But I mean, look, to have this guy on your team, I mean, come on, man, that's somebody else that can come in, that can contribute and make plays. So, I mean, that's up to the offensive coordinators to try to figure it out. And you can never have too many playmakers on your team, which I later learned. You know what I'm saying? I kind of feel like I look at it like this, man. If you play football or any type of organized sports, guys have egos, man. You gotta have one. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you have to have this dog and you like, I can make every play. And when you have a bunch of guys on the team, you got to make sure that these guys are capable of keeping their egos in check, because it's going to be times where you're going to be wide open. Quarterback ain't going to see you. You're going to end up like throwing the ball to somebody else. And I feel like, that's kind of what happened with Brandon Cooks. Brandon Cooks got drafted by the Saints, put up 1,000 yards. Michael Thomas comes in, you know what I'm saying? Like, think about this. The first time that happened, it was in a blowout when the Saints blew out the Rams. And he was mad that he ain't getting no catches. He wasn't looking at the fact, man, we won. This man wanted to be on the stat sheet. So I always look at that aspect. But if guys can keep themselves in check, then I think that you should be fine. But I'm always concerned about that, because if you ever just been, like I said, played organized sports and you got a couple guys on the team that can, shoot the ball good or catch the ball well or block well, it's going to be a problem. So hopefully that won't be the case with the Saints.
Definitely. And then a lot of people are down on us right about our defense and stuff like that. But I don't think people are realizing we literally just upgraded this offseason. Right. We literally just gotten better because, yes, Marcus Williams was a good safety back there, because he can do sideline to sideline. He can cover the whole field. So you basically just had to put him back there.
Right.
But what he couldn't do was you couldn't move him to that nickel corner spot. You couldn't put him in the box and stuff like that like you can with Marcus May and Tyrann Mathieu. So that's what's going to be so great. To be honest, I think Dennis Allen's going to have a lot of fun this season with them two and be like, okay, who's blitzing? Is it going to be CD Deuce? Is it Tyrann Mathieu? Is it Marcus May? Who's coming through? Because you're not going to know now. That's going to confuse Tom Brady even more now. So, I expect Tom Brady to throw maybe 2 interceptions per game against us this year because he's going to be so confused. And by the way, everybody remember Contavious Street. We have been really missing his name. He's the one that broke Drew Brees' ribs. So, the only reason why we picked him up anyway was just to break Tom Brady's rib and make him retire for good. I just wanted to let y'all know that's what I heard from behind the scenes. That's why we got him. No, I'm just joking. That's not why, because I can't do that to my Saints.
I'm about to say, wait a minute, man. You're going to have every news outlet. You're going to have every news outlet like, hey, Saints got goon on team. Nah. Everybody going to be like, man, looking at Tom Brady and breaking it down. Look, Contavious Street is, one of those guys who was just in a crowd on a crowded team. Like, he's a guy that can give you production, and be able to really do some major things. So that's a guy, once, like you said, he's underrated. I expect for him to do some really good things.
Definitely. And usually I don't do this, usually I don't like to give saddles on everybody else's show, but I see the man in the chat that I was on a little while ago, and that's keeping it real. Who that? Yeah. He is literally 3 subscribers away from 100 subs. Earlier, when he first went live, I think he was at 70 something. Now he's almost to 100. People were showing the love tonight. So if y'all can keep showing the love, and just 3 of y'all show the love to him and just subscribe for him, that would truly he would truly appreciate it. And trust me, he won't doubt you, because if you read the damn title of his channel, it's keeping it real. He's not gonna tell you no lies. He's gonna tell you the truth, just like TJ, Big Q, and I, and all of us do. So I did want to give him a little shout out.
Oh yeah, man, definitely, man. I'm after the end of this, I'm definitely about to go over there and subscribe to the to your channel, man. I'm gonna put it out there, man. Keeping it real. Who That Sports Podcast. Y'all make sure that y'all subscribe to that channel. Look, man, and don't ever feel like, man, you're out of line here. I want everybody to grow. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. Look, if long as you ain't out here plugging anything negative, I don't care. It's all about growing together and being able to, prosper, man. That's what it's all about, man. Like, no, you shouldn't. I have an issue when people like, man, no, man, don't plug this. I don't feel that way, man. If you got something to plug, feel free to do so. Don't be plugging that you the plug, but what I'm saying? Like, if you got some content or you got some positive things going on, feel free to do so in the chat or call in, man.
Definitely, man. And this may be a few more things, and I'm get off before Trojan falls asleep again for the audition. But I wanted to get back to the Jameis Winston part, man. Because you was asking me about what it. Like I said, I'm a big supporter. So to me, I think he's gonna have a comeback season. I would not be shocked if he gets comeback player of the year. And matter of fact, I would not be shocked if he's in the MVP race this year because of the weapons and the pieces around him. Because Pete Carmichael, man, people forgetting when Sean Payton went out for 2 seasons, one because of the bounding gate and one because of the injury. Pete Carmichael's had us at the #1 offense. Yes, we did have Drew Brees at quarterback, but did you see the weapons around him? It really is not like what we have right now.
Right.
Plus, I told people on another podcast earlier, I love Drew Brees, man. I love him in the prime. He's probably one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, especially in his prime, what he can do. But we do have to admit that Jameis Winston right now has a better chance of maybe beating out of Drew Brees with the arm talent that he has. Drew Brees never had that arm strength that Jameis Winston does, so it makes him more deadly in this offense because, especially his play action, right? So you can get him on the play action, and I already told you about the can't guard Mike, can't guard Landry. So if they doing slant routes and doing short out routes and stuff like that, and you're worried about that too much, then how the hell are you going to worry about Chris Olave and Deontay Hardy going deep? How are you going to worry about that? You can't. And then I didn't even mention Kamara. How the hell are you going to worry about Kamara now? You can't double team, triple team him anymore. He's got his people back. So I feel like Jameis Winston's going to have that little comeback / MVP season. I really do. And then basically the last thing I wanted to touch up with you, man, is I came into your chat probably like, 2 streams ago whenever we was talking about the Po' Boys, the best Po' Boys towards the end. I was telling you that I caught you on Twitter when you said you might be moving back out here. You and your family might come back. And I said, hey, please come back to Louisiana, man. It'll be cool to be able to meet up with you and stuff. And I also mentioned the event that we're going to have. So I just wanted to let everybody know and hear it too. If anybody is from the Louisiana area next year around March or April, I'm going to definitely give y'all an update, closer to next year of when it's going to happen. But we're choosing around March or April when it's not too hot outside. We're going to draw an event for the kids with special needs. And I told people, even if your kids does not have any type of need, they're more than welcome to come because I'm trying to make these kids that do have special needs feel like they don't even have nothing wrong with them. I want the little kids that don't have nothing showing them love and showing and acting like they don't even have nothing wrong with them. Just make them feel welcome. So that's basically what the event's going to be for. We're going to have water slides. We're going to have snowballs. We're going to order probably some pizzas, maybe some hot dogs and stuff. We're going to have everything you can think of, inflatables, you name it. And I told everybody earlier on the other podcast, I feel like God's watching over me right now because everything that I'm planning on doing on my channel by giving back, because that's what I do on my channel. I love my community. I love giving back. Everything that I want to do for each event, people keep popping up at my job as I'm serving on them because I'm a server, by the way. So people love me as a server because I make you feel at home. I don't treat you no matter what skin color you are. I treat everybody the same and I make you feel welcome. So everybody that I served on so far, like remember I said I want to do the water slide, inflatables. Well, I served on this damn couple that's about to open up a water park slides camp over there that has everything I need. All I got to pay for is food. They said they're gonna provide everything else.
No, that's great.
Then, I want to help feed the community in New Orleans one day, right? Food banks and stuff like that. Well, my last table the other night was a 6-top. They literally just moved out here 2 days ago from Pensacola, Florida, because the husband is a professional chef. He cooks big meals like for hundreds of people, and he wants to move close out here for he don't have to travel too far. And he usually works 2 weeks, off 2 weeks. That's what he was telling me. Well, they sat there for 2 damn hours and talked to me because of what I making them feel at home. And they literally said, hey, we're gonna subscribe to your channel, all of us will, and we want to let you know here's my number, here's my phone number, this is my name. Please give me a call and hit me up and let me know if you need anything. And he said, plus, you are welcome to our housewarming event whenever we draw one, whenever we get our house ready. We want you to come here, try out our food, hang with our kids. You made us all feel welcome, And he said, if you do need anything, because he was hearing about the event I want to draw next year, he said, if you need any big meals cooked for that event, let me know. He said, I can probably help out with you. So, I mean,
that's dope.
God's watching over you,
Yeah, man. Now I'm a religious guy, and the scripture talks about, letting your light shine that men may see your good works and glorify the Father which is in heaven. So as long as you putting in that work and you putting God first, man, I mean, God gonna be in the middle and He gonna be blessing that, man. And I think what you're doing is incredible. Need more individuals like you, and man, I would love, what I'm saying, to like contribute in any way that I can, when that time actually comes. I don't feel like that it should be an issue. around that time, to come out there and be able to take part in that. And man, just continue to do what you're doing, because man, people need that kind of stuff. I see what you do on your channel, how you bless individuals, I'm saying, how you show love and trust and believe, man. You show love just like the city of New Orleans, man. Show it right back. So
definitely.
Good luck to you in everything that you're doing, man.
I appreciate it. And this one last thing, and then I'm gonna let my boy Chosen get on here, man. Like I said, I don't know if he fell asleep again. You might want to check on him real quick. Hey, Chosen, you okay back there, bro? I just want to make sure. But yeah, the last thing I wanted, because I totally forgot about it too. It came to my head as we was talking about the community. I do want to make my own thing. I do want to partner up one day with Make-A-Wish Foundation, right? When I get popular, where people want to see Hoodie Jube and go to a game with them. Well, right. I already grant wishes already, people who really want to go to a game. So right. I put that out on Twitter the other day, and about a week or two ago, and this guy hit me up, and he said his grandma's been a fan since 1967. Okay,
yeah, and that's expansion. Yeah,
he has Saint stuff. Like she literally has Saint stuff all in their house. That both the grandparents, but it's usually the grandma that's the biggest fan of them all. Right. And I said okay, and they said in 2010 was the last game she went to. Because she lost her feelings in her legs. So she's basically paralyzed now in her legs. She's in a wheelchair. And, with COVID happening and her being in the nursing homes, they won't let them go anywhere really. You can only see them, through a window here and there. Well, since everything's going down with COVID, they letting her do what she wants. So he reached out to me on Twitter, told me that it would be a blessing. So he just messaged me back again today and told me he talked to the grandma and she's down to come on my show. So probably next week or so when I get my internet connected, because I need my better internet. Right now I'm on basically just my phone out here in Mississippi at the casino right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, once we get the internet going, we're gonna be talking to her on a podcast, and we're gonna surprise her and tell her that we heard that you couldn't have been able to go to a game in over a decade because of what happened to you. Yeah, grandson reached out to me about it, and he said he knows you would love to go to a game, and we was told that you want to come on here and just talk some football, so we're gonna grant that, but also we want to bring you to a Saints game this year. So we do have our first person that I'm gonna grant, but it's not gonna be called the Make-A-Wish because I can't say their name, so I'm coming up with a new name for my channel. So I'm still thinking about, I don't know what I'm gonna name it, but we do have our first person for this year to do that.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, man, look, that is amazing. Man, I know she's going to be extremely excited when you all, tell her that, man. I know, man, my grandmother, she listens to the show, and man, like I said, she's been a fan since 1967. So I know how much she is passionate, and like you just mentioned with her, I guarantee it's going to make her feel really good, man. So good luck with what you're doing, man. You're doing a great thing, and man, just appreciate everything that you're doing for Saints fans all around.
Yes, sir. And thank you again, man. Who that to you? And Chosen, please don't be snoring when he brings you on. Who that, y'all?
Yeah, who that? Yeah, man, shouts out to Hoodie, man. Hoodie's doing some really great things on the ground out there, man. And that's what it's all about, helping one another, helping people. You know what I'm saying? That's the most important thing, man. It's showing love. And being able to do some of the things for people that can't do those things, man. And I know, God is going to continue to bless that brother, man, because he really goes above and beyond for Saints fans and people that, that support him. So shouts out to him. And now last, before we wrap it up, we're going to go to Chosen Van Winkle. Chosen, how you doing, man?
Oh, snap.
What's going on, man? Hey, man, you awake? You asleep for a minute, man. Hey, at first.
Hey, man, apologize. I apologize, bro. I swear, I don't know how you know I had the big beautiful, bro.
Hey, man, look, it gets you every time. But at first, I thought, like, because God of Creation was, on, like, he was in the chat. I mean, he was actually in call waiting. And I thought like you saw him and maybe you were just trying to, pretend. I'm like, man, you pulling the God of Creation, but y'all realized you were asleep, man. I'm like, man, I got to get him, man.
Oh, bro. And in the chat, I see the jokes. They ain't gonna let me live this one. That's like the family at the little get together. They gonna roast me. I'm gonna hit this one about it, man. And the crazy part was, bro, I was like, man, I commented in the section. I said, man, I'm gonna let everybody else talk. I wouldn't even. I thought I left the room. So when I set my phone down, I guess I was still in the room, like in the back waiting to speak. So I said, if I'm just chilling to the show, I started nodding off, and I was like, oh, damn, I'm the dope. So I just, and then next thing you know, it just went dark. You know what I'm saying? Then I wake up and I hear, was he asleep? And I'm like, oh, hell no, please, no. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that happened before on your show. Somebody fell asleep.
Yeah, that's what God of creation, because he was waiting to chime in, like in the call waiting area, and I thought you saw him, and you was like, okay, man, I'm gonna do what he did. So I was like, okay. That's why I thought you were joking at first.
I actually thought I left the room, like, because I've been entered, but I thought I left it, and I was like, I'm just gonna sit back and just enjoy the show, just listen tonight. And I thought I left. But oh man, I see the jokes. Oh man, y'all getting me good. But y'all don't forget, I made that Eli Albert did, so y'all better chill out with the jokes. I'm just but nah. But speaking about Jameis, bro, your initial question that you asked me, I don't know if you ever read my comment, but I pretty much was saying my expectations for Jameis was basically to just approach the season how he did last year, be himself. Just be himself and do what he did last year before he got hurt, man, and just improve on that, because you don't want James to come out trying to prove and overexert. Just be himself. Be the best version of himself. That's something I always say to people. Be the best version of yourself, and you can't go wrong. Like, just block out the noise like he's been doing and play his game, man. Just do Jameis. Don't listen to the media. Don't worry about the trades. That's business. It is what it is. Like he said, but that's what I like about Jameis, bro. Like, he already know that he can't worry about what he can't control. That's why I love dude. And I see people talk about the jokes with the 30 for 30, which is old as hell, by the way. It's old. It's been 4 years now, 3 years. It's old. And the thing is, bro, when I was one of those people talking about him because he was a Bucs fan at the time, I went on there to watch a low light somebody made at every 30 interceptions. And when I went back, I'm like, well, damn, a lot of this really not his fault. You gotta put things in perspective. And if I was able to see that, and as not a fan of Jameis at first, like, come on now, like it don't always tell the whole story. They talk about with the whole interception thing, with when the Madden ratings came out, about Lattimore being number 2 or whatever. They got a problem with that, saying Trayvon Diggs led the lead interceptions. Y'all failed to mention that Trayvon Diggs also, I believe, gave up the most passing yards. The dude was a target. The dude was target. So if everybody throwing your way, of course you're gonna pick it off at least once. That's just like in the NBA. You're gonna drop 50 points if you shoot the ball 80 times. Like, it's, you know what I'm saying? It don't always tell the whole story. We gotta break down things into perspective. We gotta actually watch. But like you say, TJ, that comes from that watching the Saints on a consistent basis. You do your lazy research and you go off of what you listen to the media puns tell you, and you roll with it, man. You don't tune in day and out. And I don't expect them to, because they not fans. But if you're a fan of the game, you should do your due diligence as a fan of football. The hell if you don't like the Saints or whoever your team is, just a fan of the game and your IQ and your knowledge of football, it should speaks volume when you do your homework to these teams, no matter if it's the Saints, the Bucs, the Detroit Lions, Chicago Bears. Any person with the right IQ would know and put things into perspective. This is why this is happening.
And look, logic is out the window, man. Look,
it is.
It's about reinforcement. I tell people, it's not, people listen to what they want to hear, like, and they gravitate to things that reinforce their bias. And like me, what I'm saying, I'm a Saints fan, but if the Saints suck, man, I'm gonna let you know. I don't care if you're mad or not. I mean, it's not a year that I have not done this podcast where I said something about the Saints and I get backlash from it. You think I care? No, because I don't look at the team with rose-colored glasses. I'm not that type of fan. And but you have people out here, they follow channels and they follow rhetoric that reinforces their feelings, so they don't feel like they the only one out there. So
and
if go ahead.
Especially that Drew Brees last year, I can remember that first few weeks of the season, you was criticizing the Saints, rightfully so, hard. And I think that's when it was like early 2020. I think you caught a lot of slack that year. Like, a lot of people started a lot of players come out. You don't know football and stuff like, bro. No, the man calling it like he said. You're not a biased fan. Like we have our biased moments, but when you gotta call a spade, and I remember we talked about that on the show a couple years back. Like so the difference between Saints fans and true Saints fans, you know what I'm saying? You got to call a spade. We have to have the tough conversations. We got to address the issues. We can't just always look for the silver lining and look for the light in the dark, you know, because sometimes you got to address the elephant in the room because that's how you get better. Like you say, like, why y'all want to talk down on Jameis when he play for your favorite team? Because if he wins, we win.
Right.
He do bad, we all do bad. Like
right.
with basketball, I'm not a big fan of LeBron and all these other people, but if he just so happened to play on a team that I'm rooting for or playing on side of my favorite player, which is James Harden, yeah, I know he got a lot of slack, but that's my favorite player. I take the good, like you said, I take the good and bad with him. I know what he is, but I'm cool with that because that's what I signed up for.
Yep.
But I don't want him to do bad because that's who he plays for my team. Like I know in order for us to succeed, he's the key part. Jameis is a key part. He's our quarterback now. Ain't no debating, you know. Of course, they're gonna go to camp and do that thing, but at the end of the day, he's our quarterback. The expectations for him is to do what he did last year, but better. You see the work ethic, you see the workouts, you see him being a leader. I didn't know, dude. I knew he was a leader, but I see this year you can see more of that leader role.
Ain't on another level this year.
Yes, bro. Like you see it, and it ain't fake. It's passion, man. You can tell Jameis missed this. You can tell he missed this, and he don't want the opportunity to slip. I'm thinking him getting hurt really made him realize, like he say, I didn't know how much I thought I loved football. I love playing football. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's a difference. And a lot of people laughed at him thinking he was just talking. No, I understand what he's saying. Like this is a passion. You could tell when somebody is passionate about the game. You could tell when somebody have a love for what they doing. You can't teach passion, TJ. You can't coach it. You can't train it.
Man.
Either you got it or you don't, bro. If you got it or you don't. That's all I want for Jameis, bro. To play his game and everybody to buy in. You can't win a championship to everybody buy in. You can't win without sacrifice. You will never get nothing in this world without sacrifices. So if we all could do that and stay healthy, and like you say, a little bit of luck, because it do take some luck.
Yeah.
It do take some luck. We could be successful. I do see us going in the playoffs this year. I mean, the NFC is wide open. I don't see 8 other teams better than the Saints or 7 other teams better than the Saints that'll stop us. And I'm still on the same trend I was, you know, since the beginning. I just want a playoff spot.
Yeah. Look, I feel the same way, man. I don't care how they get it, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like just like I felt last year. I feel like if the Saints would have gotten to the playoff, they would have made some noise. With that defense, I don't know if they would have won no games, but the team that they played against, they would have known they was in for a battle. I like this team. I like where they at. I like the additions that they made, and I'm rooting for them, man. And you know, like I said, as far as all the rest of that stuff, man, I'm not concerned about that because what matters is what this team actually does. And man, I'm just hoping that Jameis Winston can really just go out there and just play his game, man, and have because he has that love and appreciation for the game and you know what he lost. Hopefully that'll translate into some success as the quarterback of the New Orleans Saints, man.
Hey, yes, bro. Like the comments, bro. Y'all undefeated, bro. Y'all got this material. Somebody put chosen with the 3 Z's. He was sleeping.
Man, they went in on you, bro.
Yeah, Pam love y'all, Barbara love y'all. It's all good. You know what I'm saying? The jokes is all funny and stuff. I know y'all gonna roast me. I'm loving it.
This is my favorite one right here from Pop 3000. Said, "Wicked, eggs and bacon."
TJ, bro, if y'all go, bro, that big Bruford, man, he called it, bro. Like that will put you out. Hey, and on top of that, it's been a long day. It is hot in New Orleans. That was my first time eating. I had a tall, cold Sprite to go with it. Fully dressed big Bruford with extra ketchup, mayo, and mustard. I'm telling you, that's what happened.
Yeah,
that's just dumb. And you know what, TJ, I'm excited about that, bro, because we just got one in Baton Rouge, bro, in Florida.
Hey,
just got one.
Hey,
and it's like.
Yeah, I feel the same way, man. If they had one around here, they used to have one. It was inside a Walmart out here in Myrtle Beach, but it closed down, man. It broke my heart when that happened. Trust me, if they had one out here, I'd be eating there religiously. So I'm kind of glad they don't, because I'm kind of trying to work on body and stuff. Probably have a big problem if they had some big pupils around. But,
man, that itis ain't no.
Obviously, man. But Chosen Van Winkle, thank you so much for being here, man. Appreciate your comments and stay woke.
Oh, hey, bro. You smooth, man. It's your show. You got that.
Man, who that, man? Who that, man? All right, brother. Oh, man, shouts out to Chosen, man. Hey, definitely gave us the moment of the night, man. But also, man, we had several moments of the night. Thank you for everybody that called in, everybody chimed in. We're going to go ahead and wrap it up. It's 1:03 a.m. here in South Carolina if you're watching this show live. So we can go ahead and wrap it up, man. It's been a long day. Thank y'all for being here. 113 people in the chat. Please hit the like button on your way out. I'm going to read a few more comments towards the end, and then we're going to say the end. Reginald says, Jameis sees the Saints will be better than last year. He is locked in playoffs, baby. We also have Millie. Millie said, giving a shout out to Jules, talking about the Ravens are his second favorite team. Yeah, shouts out to Jules, who's always here. He's a big time Ravens fan, but always showing love to the state of the Saints. Jules just don't come in here touting the Cowboys. And Jules been here for a long time. I think Jules like one of the original viewers of this show. He's like one of those guys that been around for a long time, man. So, man, he always show love, man. So shouts out to that brother. Ryan also says, stay woke. Barbara says, great show. Beacon says, good night. Rocky says, who that for life? Chosen says, love y'all for real. My family for real, for real. Damien making it here. The man that finally got all working about 20,000 hours in a week. Damn, I just got old. I even look at his comment. And I just looked at his name. I was like, man, and my boy be working, man. Hey, man, that man making money. I don't care what nobody say. Damien making that money because that man always at work. That man, if ain't nobody working, your boy Damien gonna be working, man. So shouts out to Damien, always showing love. And Ramsey says, who that TJ? I just found out that I am about to be a grandpa. Ramsey, congratulations to you, man. Shouts out to all of the grandparents out there. I know we got a lot of members of the Who That Nation that are grandparents. Shouts out to them. I don't know how that feels. I just became a father like 3 years ago. One day, you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure I feel that way, but congratulations to you. I know I love my grandparents more than anything in the world, and I know for a fact they love me. D. Hicks says, good night, everyone, and stay away from the big Oh, man. Yo, boys here, man. But, man, on that note, we're going to say thank you so much for checking out the State of the Saints podcast. Shouts out to Hoodie Jew. Shouts out to Dalton. Shouts out to Chosen. Shouts out to God of Creation. Shouts out to Big Swole. My boy Tim out there, the Great White Know It. Shouts out to Quinn and everybody else that chimed in via chat. Really do appreciate it, man. Make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel, youtube.com, search The State of the Saints podcast. Also, facebook.com, search The State of the Saints podcast. Previous episodes available on iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Anchor FM. Till next time, all I got to say is